Today, there is a tremendous amount of attention surrounding Claressa Shields, Papoose, and the growing controversy involving Dimitri and Salida promotions. What started as a few social media observations has quickly evolved into one of the most talked about celebrity discussions online. Fans, bloggers, and entertainment commentators have spent days analyzing every appearance, every social media post, and every movement connected to the individuals involved. As a result, the situation has become increasingly complicated, with rumors, theories, and speculation spreading across multiple platforms. The conversation intensified after Mother's Day weekend, when many people began closely examining where everyone was and what they were doing during that period. According to reports circulating online, Dimitri was actively handling many of the promotional responsibilities associated with a major fight event. Throughout the week, he reportedly attended interviews, podcast appearances, radio promotions, media engagements, and public events in Atlanta. His role appeared to involve ensuring that the event received proper exposure, while maintaining strong relationships with fans, sponsors, and members of the boxing community. Observers noted that Dimitri seemed to be everywhere at once. He was networking with industry professionals, supporting the fighter, meeting fans, and helping ensure that everything remained organized. Many supporters praised his commitment, arguing that he was simply fulfilling his responsibilities and helping keep the promotion running smoothly. At the same time, however, social media users began focusing their attention on Claressa Shields. Critics pointed out that she allegedly missed 2 scheduled appearances. One event was reportedly connected to Atlanta Fight Weekend, while another was an appearance at Mooney's Hibachi Grill in Flint, Michigan. Although there has been no official confirmation regarding the reasons behind those absences, that did not stop online commentators from developing their own explanations. Almost immediately, rumors began spreading across social media. One of the most widely discussed theories suggested that Claressa was more focused on her personal relationship with Papoose than on certain professional obligations. According to online speculation, she may have been concerned about the possibility of an emotional reunion between Papoose and Remy Ma during a significant anniversary period. Whether true or not, the rumor gained momentum quickly. Thousands of users began discussing the possibility, and before long, the story had become a major topic across blogs, podcasts, and entertainment pages. What may have started as simple speculation soon transformed into a full-blown internet narrative. The situation became even more interesting when Dimitri shared a post highlighting Claressa and an event at the American Museum of Natural History in New York City. His message celebrated an evening dedicated to greatness, achievement, and the powerful impact that sports can have on people around the world. According to the post, the exhibit features some of the most recognizable symbols of athletic excellence. Visitors reportedly viewed legendary sports memorabilia, including the Stanley Cup, NFL championship rings, PGA trophies, and numerous other historic items representing success at the highest level of competition. What particularly captured the attention of fans was the inclusion of Claressa Shields' championship belt among these prestigious displays. Many people viewed the moment as significant because it placed her accomplishments alongside some of the greatest achievements in sports history. Supporters argued that regardless of personal opinions about her public persona, her accomplishments inside the ring are undeniable. Claressa has built an impressive career, broken numerous records, and established herself as one of the most accomplished female boxers of her generation. Seeing her achievements recognized in such a prestigious setting was viewed by many as a major milestone. Dimitri's message also reflected on Claressa's personal journey. He described her rise from Flint, Michigan, emphasizing the challenges she overcame through discipline, determination, and self-belief. The post highlighted her transformation from a young athlete, facing difficult circumstances, into a globally recognized champion, whose influence extends far beyond boxing. The message portrayed Claressa as an example of resilience and perseverance. It emphasized how she turned adversity into motivation and used life's obstacles as fuel for success. Dimitri suggested that her story serves as inspiration for young people everywhere, encouraging them to dream bigger, work harder, and refuse to allow their environment to determine their future. Many of her supporters agreed with those sentiments. Despite the criticism she often receives online, they argue that her achievements and impact speak for themselves. To them, her career represents the rewards of dedication, sacrifice, and relentless effort. Dimitri concluded his message by expressing pride in witnessing Claressa's legacy continue to grow. He suggested that her accomplishments are still evolving and that her story is far from finished. The post was filled with positive language, celebratory remarks, and hashtags referencing greatness, history, and achievement. However, while some people focused on the positive aspects of the museum recognition, others became preoccupied with the timeline of events. Social media users noticed that Dimitri appeared to be participating in Atlanta-related activities one evening, before appearing in New York shortly afterward. At the same time, internet detectives began comparing photographs of Claressa from various appearances throughout the weekend. Those comparisons quickly became another source of speculation. Some observers pointed out similarities in her wardrobe, including red glasses, a red handbag, and matching footwear seen during a reggae concert appearance. Later museum photographs appeared to show a similar outfit styled differently, with thigh-high boots replacing the earlier shoes. For many people, these details seemed insignificant. However, within the world of social media speculation, even minor observations can quickly become major talking points. As a result, countless users began analyzing photos and attempting to reconstruct Claressa's travel schedule. Supporters argued that the focus on clothing choices was unnecessary and exaggerated. Critics, however, viewed the similarities as evidence supporting theories that she may have altered her plans unexpectedly. As the discussions continued, many people maintained that Dimitri was simply performing his role within the promotional team. His responsibility, they argued, was to support the fighter, protect her image, and highlight her accomplishments whenever possible. From that perspective, his actions appeared entirely professional. The controversy, according to critics, centered less on Dimitri and more on Claressa's alleged priorities during that particular weekend. Some observers claimed that she appeared more emotionally invested in personal relationship matters than professional commitments. This perception fueled additional criticism. Several commenters argued that she should have attended fight-related promotional activities or honored her scheduled appearance commitments rather than traveling elsewhere. Others took the speculation even further. According to certain online theories, Claressa allegedly became concerned about Papoose spending time around Remy Ma or other individuals connected to him. Those theories suggested that she adjusted her travel plans at the last minute and arrived in New York earlier than originally intended. It is important to note that these claims remain speculative and have not been publicly verified. Nevertheless, they continue to circulate widely throughout social media. The internet's fascination with the situation only intensified as more details emerged. Users analyzed hairstyles, clothing choices, social media activity, and event attendance records in an effort to understand what may have happened. Some observers argued that Claressa appeared more polished and prepared during the reggae concert appearance, leading them to speculate that the museum event occurred later during an extended stay in New York. Others disagreed, viewing such conclusions as little more than guesswork. Regardless of the differing opinions, one thing became clear. Social media had transformed the situation into a major spectacle. As discussions continued, some people began comparing the entire controversy to a reality television storyline. Every detail became a topic of debate, and every new photograph generated another round of speculation. The conversation eventually shifted toward the reggae concert itself. Certain fans questioned whether the event aligned with Claressa's typical interests and personality. That observation led to additional theories suggesting that the outing may have originally been intended for Papoose and his family rather than Claressa herself. Again, these claims remain unverified. However, they contributed significantly to the growing narrative online. Many commentators argued that romantic partners often participate in activities reflecting each other's interests. Based on that assumption, some interpreted the concert appearance as evidence that Claressa may have become involved in plans that were not originally centered around her. At the same time, another question emerged. Was Papoose present during the museum celebration honoring Claressa? This question quickly became another major topic of discussion. Some social media users observed that Claressa frequently shares photos and videos featuring Papoose whenever they spend time together. Yet during the museum event, critics claimed there appeared to be very little visible evidence of his presence. Fans pointed out the absence of public photographs, videos, or congratulatory messages celebrating the occasion. Given the significance of the recognition, many expected a more visible show of support. The comparison that surfaced most frequently involved Remy Ma. Critics recalled occasions when Papoose publicly celebrated her accomplishments, including a ceremony recognizing her achievements. During those moments, he appeared highly visible, enthusiastic, and supportive. As a result, some fans began comparing those past displays of support to the apparent lack of public acknowledgement surrounding Claressa's museum honor. Whether fair or unfair, the comparison generated significant conversation online. Now, many people continue waiting to see whether additional photos, videos, or evidence eventually emerge showing Papoose's participation in the celebration. Until that happens, speculation remains widespread. Throughout all of this, bloggers and entertainment commentators continue returning to one central point. Dimitri reportedly managed to fulfill his obligations in both Atlanta and New York without generating controversy regarding his schedule. Meanwhile, Claressa's movements became the subject of intense scrutiny and debate. According to the dominant online narrative, her alleged last-minute decisions created confusion and shifted attention away from what should have been a celebratory career achievement. Some viewers even commented that she appeared tired, stressed, or emotionally exhausted during the museum event itself. Whether those observations accurately reflected her state of mind is impossible to know, but they nevertheless became part of the ongoing discussion. At this stage, the internet has transformed the situation into a full-scale public spectacle. Every appearance, every absence, and every social media post continues to be analyzed from multiple angles. Supporters believe much of the criticism is unfair and driven by speculation rather than facts. They argue that Claressa's accomplishments deserve recognition and that many of the theories circulating online lack concrete evidence. Critics, on the other hand, maintain that the timeline raises legitimate questions and that the visible tension surrounding the situation speaks for itself. Regardless of where people stand, one thing is certain: the story continues generating enormous interest online. Social media remains fascinated by the relationship dynamics, the unanswered questions, and the possibility that more information could emerge in the coming days. For now, the public is left sorting through competing narratives, conflicting interpretations, and endless speculation. Whether the rumors ultimately prove accurate or not, the controversy has already succeeded in capturing the internet's attention. Until those directly involved address the situation in greater detail, fans and critics alike will likely continue debating what really happened behind the scenes during that unforgettable Mother's Day weekend.